I see head coach Rick Barnes here. We'll jump right into questions.
Rick, do you have an update on what happened to Dalton?
Well, he stepped on somebody's foot, turned his ankle. Yeah, and I'm sure it looked like he got it pretty good because he's the kind of guy that he bounces back, and for him not to get up, he got it pretty good. It looked good. When I saw the whole thing, he stepped on somebody's foot and rolled it.
Coach, if you played a game like that where you shot 56% from the floor and just really weren't at it?
I told our team at halftime it's the worst basketball half team I've ever coached. Never seen a team that has the ability that we have that can be that bad in the first half. I thought that there was no doubt. I knew that North Carolina, Hubert would have them ready to come out and really be aggressive and play hard. I thought we were stagnant. I thought we didn't had guys, and mostly older guys, getting beat off the bounce. Didn't follow our scout report, how we wanted to play, giving up the shots we gave up in the first half. When we came back, we didn't give them up. And but still, with all that said and done, the bottom line is at some point in time, we got some open shots that we've got to knock down. And a couple free throws there at the end that would put it back in it. But I'm really proud of Zakai. I thought he really did a good job. And I thought he got back to being where we want him to be. And I thought Cade Phillips gave us great minutes. Really proud of Josiah. Played way more minutes than we'd like for him to play. But he was the one guy from start to finish that I thought was ready to play, been in these games, and act like he'd been in games like this. And Jonas, we're going to establish Jonas, and I truly think Jonas is going to play his way this year and to being one of the best post guys in the country. And hate that he got some foul trouble there. But I'm proud of those guys in the second half that fought back. But first half, it was awful. And I can't tell you anything other than that. And again, I don't want to take away from Carolina. They made shots. I thought they executed, but their stuff, what they did, and it's hard to coach when you got a lead like that. I thought Hubert did a good job, but they were really hurting us. They hurt us in transition. They capitalized on all 12 turnovers. We turned it over 12 times. They scored 24 points. Can't do that. But again, I think Hubert and his staff did a really good, obviously a better job than I did getting them ready to start the game. But proud of our guys fighting back the way they did, and really we put ourselves in position to win the game. We just missed some shots that, when you fight back like that, you got to make some of them.
Rick, the open threes in the first half and throughout the game, was that a result of poor defensive rotations and maybe some slow switches?
Of rotating. We didn't want it. We know who their shooters are. I mean, the stats sheet tells us all that. We were, again, the thing I talked about with our guys at the start of the game was toughness and discipline. We weren't disciplined in the first half. We were leaving guys that we shouldn't leave, and it's just. I'll be honest, I was baffled, to be quite frank with you, and I just watching it, and I told the guys at halftime, I said, we'll have a chance to win this game if we'll just get back to being who we're supposed to be and guard. And I think that, and I've said it before, I think Dalton is a guy that can really score, but he's going to have to learn to adjust to different teams, the way they play him. But we got him into ball screen. We got the guys up there that we wanted to try to go after, and guys did a pretty nice job with that. But they're too good a team to spot it like that at home. But again, I'm really proud of those guys in the second half. The same guys that gave up the lead pretty much got us back in the game for the most part.
Yeah, Rick, you started running the ball up the court with Dalton for much of the second half. Why was that what you decided to do, and how does that change the offense when he's bringing it out?
Well, it depends on who he's guarding. I mean, if he's guarding a guy that's maybe a little bit quicker, you wouldn't do that. Or we could dribble handoff with him and get him that way. And they started doubling, so we were playing a little pitch and get game with him. And he made some really good plays. Again, we just said, hey, because I felt I've been around. You get to know your players. You felt like he made those threes from our out of bounds situation, and you could tell he was starting to get going. And we were just going to let him get it and put him in a high ball screen with Jonas and they adjusted to trying to double to get out of his hand, and I thought Jonas made some great plays out of it, spraying it, and but our guys, again, I'm just proud of the fact they fought back, and because I didn't recognize the first half, and again, that's not to take anything away from North Carolina, because Hubert does a great job, and this is a great program with great tradition and a home crowd, and a good crowd. We're going to play in arenas like this all year. That didn't affect us. It really didn't. We've been in those kind of things. It was just our mindset to start the game. I'm still baffled by it, to be quite honest. It came out of nowhere, and I was like, who are these guys that we're sitting here coaching? Because we haven't been like that. I'm serious. I don't think I've had a team look like that in 9 years.
Rick, what was so dissatisfying about Salty's performance tonight, and why did you decide to go away from him in the second half?
Consistency. I mean, I just told the team that the one thing that I'm really, really guilty of is complacency. I can't stand it. I don't care who it is. And to be honest with you, if we hadn't got back in the game, he wouldn't have played. I don't care who it is. I've been like that my whole career. I think it's a privilege to play this game. And but I'm again, we can't score 92 points and him not have a point. I mean, we got to know what we're going to get. I said it to, I think, you guys last week. We're looking for consistency, and we can shoot the ball, and we're going to make some of those shots. I mean, we can't get some of those dialed up better, and but it's got to be consistent. And you look at him, you look at the plus minus, and that somewhat has to do with the game. Two guys that we've counted on, he and Santi's he and Jemiah's plus minus ain't where it needs to be. We need those guys. But we need to know what we're going to get every single night from everybody, not just those guys. And it was again, you got to put it on me. I thought we had them ready, and we didn't for the first half. But again, I'm proud of the fact they fought to get back in it.
West then Reese.
Rick, in terms of, I'm not sure Estrella came back in the game after that first half sequence there where he didn't get back on defense.
Yeah, we spend every day working on transition defense. Every day we do it. But we specifically did it with North Carolina. We know they like to run. And we know they like to pass ahead, so when that happens, you got to kind of extend your transition out a little bit. And we worked 2 days, nothing but kicking out our point guard to get back down there. And again, he's young, but those mistakes can't happen, especially when that's his sole thing that we're asking him to do in the game, to get back in transition and do that job. And ball screen. Defense for those young guys. Again, I can't say enough about Cade. I mean, he's got so much respect from his teammates because the one thing they know he's going to do is go in and battle. And that's the guy that we thought were going to redshirt. And he's earned his right to be on the floor, and he's going to get more of an opportunity to do it.
You said it was the worst start you've ever seen. How do you, as a coach, make sure and avoid that happening again?
Man, I don't know. That's a good question, Maybe I should just get 2 technical fouls and go to the locker room and not watch it. I don't know. I mean, it was pretty tough, man. I'm sitting there watching like, what are we doing? I must have said that 20 times. What are we doing? And it was so uncharacteristic. And they know what they're looking for. They can shoot it, but the threes is not what hurt us to start the game. I mean, we're going to make some shots. I mean, they got good players that can shoot the ball. It's just the way we did it. Our breakdowns are. And again, what bothers me more than anything is getting beat off the dribble the way we were in the first half. And I mean, they're going to score the ball. I mean, they're a well-coached team. They run really good schemes, and but it's I mean, it was tough to watch. It really was.
Last question from Grant.
Rick, do you leave here more discouraged by the start or encouraged by
We're good.
the response?
We're a good team, and it seems like you think about from the time we started going to Michigan State, Wisconsin, we've done a lot of traveling, but that's not an excuse. I mean, I've always said you can't win big games unless you get in them, but I also will tell you this, I just want to be there in March. And I think what we're going through right now is we played 3 really good teams with arguably the 3 best post players in the country. And I think what's come out of this for us is I think Jonas Adu finally believes what I've told him. He's got a chance to be as good as all those guys and be a factor. Once we can throw that ball inside like we did today, and it's going to open up more for those perimeter guys. And we did spend time doing that. And Jonas is talented. He's going to get those things. Tonight was a game that Tobey would have been a factor in the game, but we had enough. They outplayed us. But we need everybody to get better, which we will. And I'm disappointed because I want to win every time we go out. Of all the games we played, this 20 minutes. I mean, again, I'm baffled, to be honest with you. I think I'm gonna make them watch every possession of it, and let them tell me what happened, because again, I've never seen those guys in 9 years. I've never seen one of our teams do that. That's as talented as this group is.
Thank you, Coach.
Right, thank you.
We'll have Josiah Jordan James available.